few more range balls here.
I hit a good drive.
Get a little more warmed up.
5 wood.
Last one.
Look at that. It's not even a driver. It's pumping it out there. Do you remember when you were young? I was in it like that, you know?
Why not that one?
That was smoke, that was before the smoke show. What do you hit, 3-wood?
Yeah, it's a 13.5. But you know, good when you can hit the fairway and it rolls a bunch. All right, here we go. Forest Dunes this week. This was the first part of my bachelor party. Great memories here. Great memories. We are teeing off here, number 1. Let's see here. We got 280 middle of the fairway here. I'm gonna make this a little bit bigger for you guys. Oh, that's kind of blocking the. So we're on Instagram and Twitch live. Just want to make sure you guys can see all this stuff. So I'm aiming pretty much right here in the middle of the fairway, about 280 out. 3-wood. Should leave me just about 100 yards in.
Yes. 80% of your average. 80%.
What are they gonna do handicap? Are they already doing
What do you mean?
it?
It's just, it's solidified after
This you got to sit a little bit.
This is pretty good.
The left side, just in the rough. Good angle though.
So what it says is
Good angle here. 111 in. We're gonna do a little more keyboard action here for you guys so you can see. So I'll hit J here on the keyboard, kind of zoom in on what we're looking at. I can press Y, bring up the heat map. So I've got a back to front green, pin's pretty much in the middle. So if I throw this a little bit further back, if I was in the fairway, it would spin. I'm coming from the rough, so it's probably not going to rip. So I think we can play this one pretty much the yardage here. And we're going to go with the 54.
There's lots of data here for you to.
But we get just about pin high, probably about 15 feet for birdie. If you're going up the hill just a little bit, it's braking just a smidge left to right, so we're going to aim it just on the left edge here. Give this one maybe a little extra pace. See if we can't walk out of here with an opening birdie.
Yeah, it's a 16.
Oh! A little short. A little short. Got to adjust. Used to playing on the 12 stimp. This is 10 stimp. I'm going to go with 3-wood again off the tee here. Kind of a narrow course. I feel like I'm swinging my 3-wood pretty well, so I'm going to get this one out there. Just like that. Should be in the fairway. Yep, caught a piece of the fairway. 160 in here. We're going to zoom in on the green again.
Look down the second hole.
Okay, pin's pretty much in the front, middle. Not a whole lot of trouble, just a little bit left. If we can keep this below the hole, it'd be ideal. But really just trying to get this pin high here, control the distance.
Yeah, this green is like
160, kind of between an 8 and 9 for me. I'm going to hit an 8. Just nice smooth one. afraid of, but having a birdie putt doesn't hurt. This is the range we can kind of dial in at. We got about 37 feet downhill, 7 inches. Decent amount of left to right break. It's going to break more just because it's so downhill, so I'm going to play this one a little more than I would initially think. Somewhere out there.
Did you take the guy who puts his iron in his belt?
I'm really only trying to hit this about 15 to 18
When I
feet.
started drinking beer, he knows not what he says.
Yeah, when I heard.
The beer started to kick in.
When I heard the beer, yeah.
Oh, I could talk to beer more about that.
A little short again.
But the fact is-
Still adjusting a bit.
Who's your other one?
So Jordan and I do these 2-man scrambles too. It's part of that SGT league that we've been telling you guys about. And the stimp on that, and a lot of these other like pro tournaments and tips tournaments that we play are on 12 stimps. So that's how you measure the green speed. It's this little device that they have. You know, think of it like this. You know, they put a ball on here, this little ramp, and they bring it up so then it eventually rolls down. So however far out it rolls, that's how they measure the stimp, the speed of the green. 191 here. Zoom in again. Pins right up front. Kind of a tough shot. Kind of in between clubs for me again. I might try to hammer a 7. See if we can get it close, maybe get a bounce. That's short, right up there. Six. Get up a smidge. All right, we're home. We are home. Dancing. 3 for 3 in greens and rags so far. Another downhill left to right putt. That one was pretty good line, so I'm going to try to hit a similar line. Looks like it's breaking about the same as last hole, so maybe just a smidge farther just because it's downhill a little bit more. 28 feet. Cut that in half. 14. A little less than that. So about 12. And the pace was pretty good, right on top of the hole. We can afford to be a little more aggressive here because the gimme circle's set at 8 feet. So I gotta adjust when it comes to that too. Just be a little more aggressive and adjust for the speed being just a little bit slower than I'm used to. All right, we might hit driver here. It looks like that bunker kind of comes into play about 275 out. So if we've got, 294. We hit a good one here. We should be able to get past that. Just have a wedge in. Right on top of that tree. It's kind of a lucky and unlucky bounce. Kicked it back, but we're back in the fairway. Pretty fortunate, I guess, that didn't kick to the right. 119. We'll zoom in on our target here. Pins in the middle, got a little bit of a backstop there right behind it, so we're gonna go ahead and just kind of go right at this one. Might aim a little bit more towards the center of the green here. I'm going to hit a 50-degree. Typically, I hit that about 120, 125 if I'm coming from the rough. I don't really try to hit it past 120 coming from the fairway just because it's going to spin so much. So try to get this one at least pin high, maybe just a little bit further past it to try to counter the spin. And that's part of the game. That kind of is a little upsetting, unfortunate. You know, in real life, that probably grabs the just into the fringe after a couple green bounces and it sucks back. In here, you're not going to get that. A little bit unfortunate, but we can still putt that just off the green here. We are downhill a foot. We're 35 feet, 11 inches. Another left to right breaker. Getting pretty used to these. We're getting close. Let's see if we can't get lucky from distance here. It's downhill so much. Got to play extra break with it being so downhill, especially initially. It's just so upsetting when you get these from 35 feet. You know, the first 10 feet you already know it's low. No worse feelings. So we're gonna try to always start these high enough. 34 feet, 35 feet. I'm going to try to hit this. Half of it would be 17. I'm going to try to hit this about 12 feet. And miscalculated a little bit with the distance, but pretty good line. If I hit that hard enough. Probably scares the bull, kind of what we talked about, but hard to be aggressive from so far. Still dialing in that stroke a little bit. So, all right, we've got 305 to give you a flyby of this hole here, par 5. Kind of a tough driving hole. You can turn it around the corner right to left a little bit. You know, it's difficult for a lot of golfers, but hit it straight out there or get a little turn right to left and you can set yourself up trying to hit this green too. Kind of a tricky green, small green, so anything up close to the front of the green is going to be pretty good. Got our 6 here. Here we go. Hit hard, get around the corner, should be perfect. All right, got a chance to hit this green in 2. Still 257 uphill. We hit that drive almost 340. It's a difficult course, small green here. We're going to rip it through with it. See if we can't get home. I almost want to hit 3-iron and just kind of try to get to the front, but with it being so uphill, I'm just going to try to fly it around. Oh, trace over a smidge. Might catch a piece of the back. Sit. Okay, not the end of the world. Kind of a tricky chip. It'd probably be pretty doable in real life, just get it going over that slope here, but as you can see, a lot of red. It is way downhill. One thing that I would really like to see here, let me get my mic back over around, for the GS Pro guys, would love to see the grid in a scenario like this be a little bit bigger so it covers the whole green. And 2, I'll kind of show you, if we get rid of this mini map, you can still see the grid. And I know it's red, it's difficult to see right now, but it'd be cool to get that kind of color coded, layered on top with the lines, right? So, just wanted to share that 2 cents with you guys if you're out there listening. So we've got 32 feet. We are way downhill. We might try to carry this a majority of the way. As you can see down in the bottom right of the screen, we're on a decent upslope, so it should come out a little bit higher and softer. So we got 32 yards. Downhill a bit relative to where I am now, so I know I'm coming up over a hill. So we're going to try to chip this about 25, laying on the downslope. See if we can't get close. Chip 31 a little further than we wanted. It goes out. So 25 probably would have been the number. Just hit it a little bit too hard. All right, now we're working. Now we're working. Uphill, 10.5 feet. Braking right to left. And we buried it. Those are the ones you gotta make. Keep that momentum slash get going in the right direction. Would have been a frustrating car there, but we get away with the bird. All right, this is kind of a cool, tricky, goofy tee shot. If you can push it up, you know, it's really just a flip wedge in. It's not that long of a hole. You might hit driver here, actually. 314. Yeah, let's give it a go. Try to push it up towards the front of the green, see if we can get it up there, chip it up, and walk away with an easy birdie. Pulled it pretty good. Gotta get lucky. Hang on. Alright, we might be under that tree. Oh, looks like we might just stay short of it from the angle. If those limbs are not in our way. Pretty fortunate break there. Steiny, what's up? How we doing? Can't wait to see you boys in a few weeks. Can't wait to see you. Look out, I'm playing. I'm coming for Chong. Alright, where's my wedge? There it is. We've got 61. We might have a little bit of tree trouble here. Green. A little bit left or right. Okay. Kind of what we thought. So, here we go. 61. Coming from the rough. Tried to draw it in there a little bit. Alright, we got it in the circle. So not exactly the tee shot we wanted, wasn't executed to perfection, but we still got the gimme bird. Alright. Par 5 here. Give you the flyover here in just a second. Fun hole here. Another medium long par 5. The thing that makes these par 5s out here so tough, look at how small that green is. It's just not a big landing zone. So when you're coming in with, 3 woods at best, maybe a 3 iron for a Joma, it's still pretty narrow out there. So let's see if we can get one out there in the fairway. That's step 1. It's going to be through the fairway. Oh, caught a fortunate bounce down into the left. Nice. All right, 203 in. Oh, I might try to hit a 6. bounce up. I'm just a little nervous. At a 5, I might land it pin high or just pass pin high, and it's going to chase to the back of the green. So I go with the 6 here. Gets that really good on a pretty good line. Little left, spin, stop. Come back maybe? Probably gonna be downhill. Yep. So a lot of these greens so far have been back to front. So trying to adjust a little bit for that. That was a good adjustment, good swing. Just hit it well, hit it through the wind, you know? All right, 32 feet, downhill a foot, left to right. Come on. We haven't really made one of these long putts on live yet, so if anyone has any celebrations in mind, shoot them over. I'd love to capitalize on this and then show my Sally skills. All right, 32 feet, downhill 9 inches. About 14 feet here. All right, good line again and short again. Still got a bird. Still haven't gotten a putt to the hole. User error. All right, good hole here. We stayed on this hole just off to the left from a bachelor party. Watch the Lions defeat the Chiefs opening day of NFL 2024. Great time. If you guys haven't been up here, you gotta get here, Forest Dunes. It's so cool. All right, that bunker is carryable. We're gonna take it on. Tight hole here. Little dog to the right at about 285 out. Good, move a little left. It's got to sit. Oh, we're in the deep rough. Not good. Not good. But we've got a pretty good angle and a clear shot at the green, so it could be worse. It could be worse. As you can kind of see here, I'll show you guys on both Instagram and TikTok. We've got deep rough right here. That's going to take off. It's quite a big percentage. It's actually, the distance penalty comes after you hit the shot, so the system's waiting to see how well you strike it before it associates that penalty. So kind of cool, kind of real life. I typically experience like roughly 20% off this, so I'm going to do we'll say 130 instead of 132, so 13 times 2 is 26, so there's your 20%. So I'm going to add that 26 on to this shot here, and we get about, in the neighborhood of 155. Now, not only does it take away the distance, or I should say impact the distance, it also impacts the spin. So the spin's typically cut in half, right? So if I land that 155, it's gonna roll out. It's not stopping like a typical 9-iron would from 150. It's gonna roll out, so I got to account for that too. So this looks a little downhill. I'm almost tempted to hit a pitching wedge, which is kind of my 135 club. So a lot of you guys would think, well, 132. You told me it's deep rough. I gotta add that on. Well, yes, but there's also still another layer to it. We gotta account for the golf course and still play golf. We can't just play golf swing. So you gotta account for the terrain. You gotta account for the course, the lie. I am on a little bit of a downslope as well. So we're gonna hit the pitching wedge. We're gonna try to get it to about 135, 140. See if we can't trickle it up there to the front of the green. 131, a little shorter than we wanted. But it's bouncing. Okay, so a little short, but we'll take it. Doesn't hurt. Chip in. Chip a little 54 here. So as you guys can see, on that left side, it took off 20% exactly, and then 53% of the spin. So I judged it well. I just needed a little bit more club. And we chip it up there and get a gimme for a par. All right, 9th hole, par 3. Really cool hole. Going back to the clubhouse. Give you a whole flyover here. Wow, 207. I don't think I've played it from this far. In real life, I've only played once in real life, but here I 207. Pin is all the way in the back. We're gonna try to go for that 200-yard carry again, which would be the 6 iron. We're in the neighborhood of that. Really good swing. Hammered it. It's just sit a little. It's a sit. Alright, just off the back. Can't be mad at a good swing. Did that really hard, really straight, really high. But no chance I'm hitting a 7 iron there, I can tell you that. Alright, we'll switch to the putter here. Another one about 30 feet. Not a ton of break, just a little concerned about the beginning, so. I went a little short on these, so let's try to give this one just a little extra. I think it's still like 15 feet. Yeah, just took it initially a decent amount. Good speed though, better. At least it got to the hole that time. Alright. Double fairway here. Get you guys a flyover again. So we're here at Forest Dunes, Rosscommon, Michigan. So you see that double fairway, right side, left side. I think I might try to go to the left side, give myself a wedge in. That way I've got more distance behind the pin to kind of spin it back. So let's see here, 436. If I hit a good one out here, I should have, you know, a pitching wedge in. But if I go down this side, it's so much shorter. Decisions. Left side's a little bit thicker. Or excuse me, I should say, I don't know, they're both about the same. That one kind of cuts if I go left. Let's go for the right one actually. Just hit a good one out here. This course will make you think. It's pretty wide open, you know, you don't see many trees out here, but when you run a bunker down the middle of the fairway, it can be a little tricky.
Guys, thank you very much.
Thanks, guys.
We'll see you next week.
Go ahead and zoom in on this and see what we got with the pin here in the green. Yeah, so it slopes back to front, and I'll go back here. So I got 134. Plus it's probably gonna bounce a little bit. So I really don't want to go over 130, right? So let's try that right there. least with the preparation. Really good strike there. This has a chance. If it spins, it's not going to. Enough. Too deep. Downhill, past the pin again. Got a bunch of downhills now. It's been right in between so many of these shots. That was a good one though, right at my target. The distance and the line I was trying to hit, so can't be too upset at that. Alright, we're downhill, we're a little left to right. 25 feet, downhill 9 inches. Oh no. Alright, I'm taking a mulligan. Sometimes that happens where it accidentally registers for you as a shot. Control M. A mully. We go there. About 10 feet here. Oh, I just cannot get it there. Gotta work on my putting. Okay, number 11, 190. Par 3. I think I might hit the 7 here. Try to get this 180 or so. Everything's kind of been bouncing, not really spinning a ton. We're gonna try to hit this about 180, just get it right to the front, have it bounce forward. Really good swing there. 186. Man, it's flying far. Okay, a little right to left here, nothing crazy. We're right in that neighborhood. Right in that neighborhood. 30 feet, downhill 4 inches. All right, I'm going to try to hit this about 20, 25. Hold it a ton. Hold it a ton. All right. We're grinding. We're grinding. 265. Dog leg left, excuse me. I'm going to hit a 3-wood out there. Maybe back a little bit left. Just like that, and it should be real nice. Don't go too far down there underneath that tree. Right there. Alright, good. We got a flip wedge in. Zoom in for you guys. Take a peek at the green here. So pretty flat. We will try to account for a little bit of spin here. Spin a little bit. We're just flying everything a bit too far. Getting a little spin back, but not exactly what we wanted. Alright, downhill. We're straight. Gotta make these. We're home. We're home. There we go. To get to 4, made that birdie putt on number 12. 4 under through 12. Got a shorter par 4 here. We're going to go ahead and rip driver. Try another flip wedge. 39. Zoom in on the target here, take a peek at our green here. It's pretty uphill. As you can kind of see, it says uphill 1 foot 6 inches. So I'm gonna go ahead and land this about 30. Okay. Didn't think it was that bad. Uphill. Uphill, 22 feet. Uphill 5 inches. Pretty flat here. Gotta hit this one decently firm too. See if we can't make up for that poor chip shot back there. Good speed, just kind of hit it through the brake. Disappointing 4, but hard as it hurt. Alright, give you a whole overview again here. Par 4, kind of tricky. I think my buddy who lives out in Minneapolis, he might have broken a club on this hole, threw it into a tree, snapped. Shout out Mr. E, the doctor. All right, 303. I think we might hit 3-wood again here. Just push it down. Hopefully no more than an 8 iron. Pushed it a smidge. There's that tree I was talking about. Yes, it was these trees over here on the right, but he got a little upset after a bad shot. Chucked his 5 iron up there, broke, tried to retrieve it in 2 pieces. The doctor. 177, 171 to the front. Gonna hit an 8 iron here. Really good swing, 174 carry. It's gotta go a little bit. Sit. So, noticing on here that my raw carry and my in-game carry is about 4 or 5 yards difference. So I got to adjust on that too. Don't really know why. This course is pretty close to, sea level, I would assume. Not getting a whole lot of elevation change here in Michigan. So we've got downhill 25 feet, downhill 5 inches. Get it out in here a little bit. Bigger gimme circle than I'm used to. Greens are a little bit slower than I'm used to. I got to be more aggressive on these. I'm gonna go about 15 feet. That was a little harder than 15 feet. Good thing. Snuck it in the left side door there. I don't know if a 15-footer would have got there. I think it's probably a good thing I hit that a little harder than I wanted to. Birdie heading into a par 5. Give you a fly over here. Another small green. Good hole though. I'm gonna go ahead and hit driver out there. Give it a good rip. And go find the next one. Hopefully we're ready to go. Bombs. All right, 219. We're a little downhill. Shoot, I feel like if I can hit that 6 pure, it'd be really nice. I think this green is kind of tricky. Pin looks like it's right up front. Yeah, there's just that little elevation change, that little hill right in front of the green. As you can see, it's front to back now. So if I land short, you would think that I would bounce forward. I think I'm gonna go ahead and hit 6. I feel like I've been swinging it pretty good. I just don't want the 5 to land too close to the pin and take a big bounce and go to the back of the green. If the 6 does that, whatever. But hoping to land this about 5 yards short of the green and have it trickle up. Oops. Gotta sit. Okay, really good shot. Still can't believe I hit the 6 iron 211 carry. Not used to that. Must be that dad strength.
Yeah.
Alright. Big left to righter here again. Nothing too crazy, just the initial part of it. Pretty flat, 26 feet. Don't want to forget my putter. Alright guys, we gotta make some more of these here. We had a nice one last hole. Looking to keep that momentum going. 26 feet. Good speed, just played too much brake. Still used to seeing a lot more brake on that 12 stem. It's just hard to adjust. But we're getting there. 6 under through 15. 220 down to 6 yards. I mean, I gotta get to 6 again, right? Just hopefully it holds the green. Let's fly over here. Might be able to get away with a 7. That just seems so aggressive from 220. I might hit the 6. Been hitting it well. Don't need to try to kill it. Another really good swing there. Big bounce. Yes. Yes. All right, we finally played that one. Stay there now. Okay. All right, we got one pin high finally. That's what I was trying to say. We haven't really been pin high all day. That's something that is really important in golf, and part of my strategy is to be pin high. I can control my distance and hit it well and control my tempo. I feel like I am in a good spot regardless of the result I might have. So pin high, really important. We got it pin high on this one. It only took us, 16 holes. Here we go, uphill a lot, 6 inches. Looks like it breaks a little bit to the left at the end here, so we're just gonna go right edge. Yeah, it does. It breaks a lot out there, so we gotta give this one. We either gotta aim a little bit more or hit it with a little more pace, and I haven't been hitting it with pace, so let's just err on the high side here. Just give it a little more break. Try to hit this one about 20 feet. 14 feet, uphill 6 inches. If I would have left it, it goes in. Hate to see it. Oh well. Committed to the higher line. Hit a good putt. Can't be upset. Just gotta move on. Okay, here we go. Now this gets fun here. These last couple holes are nice. We got a drivable par 4 on the 17th, and we've got a reachable par 5 for 18. So let's see here. Gosh, we're kind of right. Man, we're almost right between 3-wood and 3-iron. If I hit my 3-iron grade, it carries about 240. You know, I don't know if that gets there, but geez, could get into a dangerous spot with 3-wood. It's so tight up there. Let's do a whole fly over here just so you guys can see the front of the green. Bunkers everywhere. That's why they call it Forest Dunes. Pins right up front. You know, if I was smart, I'd hit 3-iron or 4-iron right up there, have about 50 yards in, pitch it up, 10 feet, make it. But this is sim golf. We can't lose a ball in here. There's no wind. We don't have to look for a ball if we lose it. So we're going for it. Should probably aim right at it. Maybe a little bit to the right since I've been drawing this thing a bit, but we're gonna go right at the right side of the green. Good, pretty good, just short, kind of
Yep,
ball
student
curve.
drop in the league right now.
Let's see here. We'll zoom in on our shot. 24. Okay. As you guys can see here on the Instagram stream, see our sand penalty here. 25% roughly off the speed and 30 to 40% off the spin. So we're going to try to carry this one about 30. These bunker shots do spin pretty nice. They kind of come out kind of soft. See if we can't get this one close. Just like that. Just like that. Perfect. Alright, we got that one. Check. 17. We wanted a birdie there. We are 7 under through 17, going into 18, par 5.
9.
Alright. Pretty straight away, par 5. Kind of bottleneck landing area. About 300 out, so need a little precision here in the fairway. Oh, let's throw it a little right. Oh, big bounce off the path. Huge bounce. Alright, we got that one up there. 340. So not too upset about that after the cart path bounce. Another big thing, if you hit the cart path in here, it doesn't scuff off your ball. Huge. We've got 163 in. I'm going to play this one about 10 yards farther. So 173, so I'm going to hit a full 8. This is kind of a similar shot I almost had in real life. And a little bit to the right. Alright, we're on a really good line. Sit right in the circle there. Boom. Closing eagle for the kids. That's how we like to see it. Alright, big bounce back from last week. Down week last week. 76 out of Diamond Springs. Not my best effort, but we bounced back with a 63 here at Forest Dunes. Let's take a look at the statistics here. We'll just kind of dive into that for a second before we get out of here. So it took me about an hour to play. You know, obviously we're streaming, we're talking to you guys, we're trying to create some more content here. Let me get out here in front of the camera, kind of go through this. So this is kind of cool. This breaks down all of your in-round stats. You can see how many birdies, pars, birdies, eagles, bogeys, and so forth. Your longest drive, average drive, some of the ball speed numbers, the amount of putts, distance, in feet you made, the total number of putts you had. Same things, mulligans. I had that one because I accidentally tapped it when we were putting. Fairways hit, the percentages. So a lot of cool stuff. Great to break it down and just kind of see where you played well, where you didn't play well. Room for improvement. So 63. I'm definitely not complaining about that. All right, and that's it for week 4 Forest Dunes. Where are we going next week? Agamang next week. So look forward to that. See you guys next week.
Back 9 Bandit. Imagine if they made those points earlier. Dude. That bucket thing like TP2. I wanted you to go to 67 so we could do that right now.
Soon enough.
I put that as our scramble thumbnail.
Did you? Hell yeah.
Sweet, thank you.
For these two, instead of just something like it's just not visually appealing. Bam. Should we get that going? Cool. Do you think it would help if we took one of these out and gave it to him? Like an old one? Oh, you did?